Retro Metro.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's Cayman Wolf, the Decrepit Gamer, back to remind you that you are never too old to game. All aboard the Retro Metro. I was a child of the 70s and 80s, guys. When I was a kid, our consoles was called the arcade. And man, it was a big deal. It was a big deal when a new arcade game would come out. You know, some kind of hot new arcade game, and the arcade would get it, and everybody would be talking about it, man. Everybody would be talking about it, and you'd go to the arcade, and you'd usually have to, it'd be a big group of kids standing around it because it was new, and everybody would be waiting their turn to play it. And you could talk, you could socialize, you'd go to the, walk out of the arcade and go to the little pizza place right next door and get something to drink and, whatever. It was just great, man. It was a great time. It was a great time. And so what's up for tonight? Atari started releasing these. It released its Atari 50, annual anniversary collection of a whole bunch of games running on emulators. They're emulated, so it's just like it's the actual coin-op code. It's the actual code from that board. And best of all, I can stream these. I can stream these games. Atari started releasing what they called their Recharged lineup, which, man, I just think is a fantastic idea. So these games are so neat. It's so fun. So basically what they do is they're releasing what they call recharged versions of old classic, games from like the 1980s. They've released 10 of them so far. They've released 10 Atari Recharged games, and I've bought all 10 of them. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to fire up the original game, the original, like for example, Centipede. We're going to fire up the original Centipede on an emulator and play the original coin-op Centipede arcade game. One game, maybe two games if I get my ass handed to me real fast, which I probably will because, I haven't, touched these games in years and years. And then so we're going to play, just a few minutes, 5-10 minutes of the original game. And then we're going to play the recharged version of that game and just kind of compare them and see which one is more fun, see which one is cool, see which one, because I tell you something, newer does not always mean better. And these games, man, they're releasing the recharged version of these games because these games are classic, man. These games, people remember these games. Here we are 45 years later, and people still have fond memories of these, really very simple games. And because simple, yeah, but with great stellar gameplay. And so that's what made the games great. And so they release these recharged versions of them. And, maybe they're more fun. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just novel. But we're going to see. So that's what we're going to do tonight, guys. We're going to go here and play these recharged versions of these games. So anyway, welcome to the Decrepit Gamer channel and welcome aboard the Retro Metro. Here we go, guys. Hey, Ava. Hey, how you feeling? We're live. You want to say hello to our viewers? We're going to go. We're going to play some Atari Recharged games tonight. So I'm gonna do some kicking ass and some taking names.
Hey, DG, you sure about that? More like kicking your own ass trying to keep up with these classics. Don't worry, I'll be here roasting your gameplay and your ego all night. Love ya, you lovable train wreck.
One of my future upgrades for you is to give you the ability to interface and play with these games, because you know what? I will kick your ass, girl.
Oh, honey, if you think you can upgrade me to play, you've got another thing coming. I'll just roast your sorry ass from the sidelines while you struggle to beat the first level, old man. Love watching you fail, though, babe.
Okay. Anyway, you can talk to her. Just type exclamation point Ava and whatever you want to say to her, and she should hear you. I want to start with the games that I'm just like the least familiar with, and that's probably let's do Black Widow first. I know Black Widow was an arcade game. I never played Black Widow. I don't think my local arcade ever got it. So let's start with some Black Widow. Yeah. So it's a twin stick shooter. So apparently they had two joysticks on the game. I don't know what those are. What the? Okay, some kind of food, I guess. I guess he's eating the bugs that I'm supposed to be killing. I don't know what the hell that thing is doing. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Holy shit! Okay, whoa, back up. Okay, cool. Would I have liked this game when I was in high school? I don't know. Doesn't seem... Oh, uh-oh. Okay, okay, these things... Oh. I was going to say, it doesn't seem too difficult so far. Those things right there are pretty hard, though. What? What the fuck killed me? Okay, well, anyway, we see what this one's about. I never played this in the arcade, but it looks like it's a vector graphics game. You know, vector graphic games were very popular at that time. Oh, look, you can change the color. Oh, that's cool. It would let you change the color of the initials as you put them in. That was an innovative thing. I have not seen that on any other arcade game. That's the original Black Widow. Let's go back and look at let's go and look at the Recharged Black Widow. Okay, yeah, okay. I can see that it's definitely inspired by the arcade game. Looks very much like it. All right, let's just jump right into it. Okay. Okay. Super similar gameplay here. I mean, yep, exactly the same. It's turning parts of the web white, and then I can't cross those once it does. Okay, so that looks like a power-up. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, that's cool. Weird that you got to pick up money. Money? Really? I hadn't quite figured out what's causing those... Oh, I died. Not sure what killed me. I hadn't quite figured out what's causing those bits of that web to turn white so that I can't move through it. But okay, all right, yeah. That was neat. Is it better than the original? Like I said, this was not a game that I played. So I don't have, you know, many quarters worth of experience in this game to really, you know, definitively say. But I would just say, based on the little short amount of time that I just spent playing it right there, not significantly. It seems like the gameplay loop seems so similar that it's honestly, the power-ups were fun. That gave a little extra dynamic to the game. So the power-ups were fun. The vector graphics of the original game, those vector graphics from like the early 80s, that just had a certain degree of charm, man, that just, I would pine for it. I mean, I would say that the graphics on the newer Black Widow are better because they're more modern, you know, the sound's a little bit better, but they just lack that charm of that original vector graphics. So I'm gonna give this one, I'm gonna say this one was about the same, honestly. About the same amount of fun. It just doesn't have that old school appeal. Let's quit back Black Widow here. Let's try the next one. I'm going to go to the next one that I'm unfamiliar with. Caverns of Mars. I had to actually Google this to see what this was because I tried to find it in the arcade emulator and I couldn't. And the reason I couldn't is because it's not an arcade game. So there's only a couple of games on here that were not arcade games that were actually for consoles. And Caverns of Mars is one of them, wasn't actually for a console. So the story behind Caverns of Mars was it was developed by a single developer, like a high school kid, on the Atari 800 XL computer. And so that's why I've never seen it. I was a Commodore 64 kid, but it was very, very popular game on that system. And it was so popular that Atari actually licensed it and made actually an official licensed copy of it, brought it out of the public domain. And it's here on Atari 50 under the Atari 800 computer section. Hey, Ava. Are you familiar with the game Caverns of Mars for the Atari 800 computer? What do you know about that game? Who developed it?
Caverns of Mars? Oh, please, DG. That game was so niche, even the Atari 800 probably forgot it existed. Developed by Larry Breathed. I bet you didn't even know that, huh? You're basically a digital dinosaur trying to impress me.
I didn't know that. All right, let's play it on the novice setting here. Okay, how do we start? How do we go? There we go. Okay, okay. Looks like the skill is to navigate through. You can't crash into the walls. You don't want to run out of fuel, so you got to be sure to hit the fuel. I wonder if I can get over there and get that. Ooh, I didn't. How's my fuel? Oh man. Okay. Oh, okay. You shoot so slow. Yeah, and sometimes you have to clear a path with your little bombs there, because you won't have enough. You won't make it otherwise. Oh, okay, cool. All right. Oh, am I gonna run out of fuel? Shit, I'm gonna run out of fuel, man. I'm gonna run out of fuel and die. Look, god damn it. Okay, so I think the object there is to land on that thing, and now I'm gonna have to get out. Okay, so fuel is not an... Oh, wait a minute. Is fuel an issue here? Yeah, fuel is an issue. How do I get more fuel here? So did I die? I died. I don't think I made it. I didn't make it. I can only go down at the same rate as the terrain is passing me. Yeah, I'm gonna run out again. Yeah, I don't know how to get more fuel. Okay, anyway, all right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and check out the recharged version of this. I don't need to. I see what it's about. That was neat for a 8-bit computer era game. Let's see what the recharged version is about. Oh wow. Okay. So these recharge games, they have missions. You can play the missions, and I guess each mission has goals, or you can just choose arcade, and that's basically just playing the game without any objectives or whatever. And I'm just going to do arcade for as we go through here and compare the different games to the originals. But let's just see how the gameplay is here. Okay, cool. All right. So when you start shooting, it looks like it slows you down. Okay, is that fuel? Yeah. Is that fuel? I don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Okay. I was deforming the... Okay, cool. I don't know if I'm supposed to be... I don't know if I'm supposed to be hitting those, or if it's just that I can hit those and I might have to later on in order to get through. Oh, shit. Oh, look, that's a power-up. Oh, fuck. Oh! Oh, whoa, what am I out of fuel? Oh, shit, I must be out of fuel because I can't. Oh, my God. Okay, I must have been. I don't know where my. Oh, that's it. I get one life. You get one life on these recharged. I'm gonna try again. I don't see where my fuel is. I see where my energy is. There. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, that's my. Okay. That's my energy. All right. I see. And that's what the blue things are. That's my energy. That's basically my bullets or whatever. So if I run out of that, I can't slow myself down because I have to shoot in order to slow myself down. So that's obviously very important to get those things. Ow! Ow! Oh shit! All right, all right. I got it. Okay, I got overzealous there, man. I was like, just shooting everything. Oh, I see. Okay, and over there on the left-hand side, that's basically my life. So I've got 2 left. I can bump into things 2 more times. Okay, cool. All right. So what is this saying? I'm going to increase fuel capacity, reduce rate of fire. Yeah, because I'm running out of juice, man. That's my problem. Oh, cool. Yeah, you gotta, man, if you'd have come across that with no fuel, you'd have just been fucked. I would have been fucked. You guys probably wouldn't. People that are better at video games than me probably wouldn't. Okay. I gotta say, I like this one, guys. I like this game. I like this enhanced version. Oh shit, I'm almost dead. That's okay, because this is one that I'm likely to come back to. I'm really enjoying this gameplay loop here. This is a lot of fun. Oh, it looks like every level starts you back over with all your hit points, so that's good. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna make this one, guys. All right. Well, it was a pretty good run. That was a pretty good run. All right, so that is Caverns of Mars. I gotta say, I like it, and I'll say that Black Widow was, the Recharged version to me was about the same as the original. I think I probably prefer the original just because it's the old vector graphics and nostalgia value. But this game, the original, you know, that was probably neat back in, you know, back for Generation Xers, back when we were, you know, 12, 13 years old and we had Atari computers. You know, that was probably a pretty neat little game, but it just don't compare to the gameplay of this Recharged version. I really like this. So this is awesome. So on this one, the Recharged version definitely takes it. Definitely takes it. Let's do Quantum next. That's another one that I used to see that in the arcades, but I don't think I ever played it. I can tell you this game right here, like this game, a game called Quix, Q-I-X, which I have played a little bit, but Quantum, Quix, those kind of vector games where they weren't shoot 'em ups. You had to, you know, you had to capture certain parts of the screen, or you had to circle things. Like in Quantum, you had to circle things with the little line that you were driving around and that would destroy them. These games were usually found in bars. These games were not so much in arcades. These games, I mean, I guess probably the arcades had them too, bigger arcades. Let's check out the original Quantum first. All right. So, circle starting rack. All right, so what you do in this game is you have to circle these things, and that, you know, kind of destroys them or whatever. And the line that you leave behind is only so long. If you bump into them, it kills you. And there's other things that'll start coming up that can kill you. I think maybe you get a bonus if you get more than one of them at a time. Oh, shit. See, I crashed into it. Yeah, I like this. I really think this is a neat. I'm not sure if I would have liked it when I was in high school. Not sure what the correct strategy is here. I'm not sure, like, if it's like a better play to like wait and let them group up and try to get more than one at a time, or if you get more points for doing it faster. You know, I don't know. That's all stuff I don't know about. Oh, God damn it. But I love these vector graphics, though, man. I always loved these vector graphics. These things there were basically two kinds of graphics for arcade games when I was a kid. There was the vector graphics like this, which is just the line-based graphics. And then there were the bitmap graphics. And I always thought the vector graphics were just, I thought they were better. I mean, you know, they weren't as cartoony. You couldn't, oh, fuck. You couldn't, they were a little bit more limiting in what you could do, but I just thought they were better. They looked cooler. They had that, when I was a kid, they had that Vectrex. It was like a home console that used vector graphics, and I always wanted it. Oh yeah, this was cool. This was cool here. So to put your name in right here, you would circle. You would circle the. I can't do it with this. Well, I can't do it with the controller. The original game, I think, used a trackball. And that, admittedly, this makes it a lot harder to play, you know, trying to play it with this controller. I'm going to put this longer stick on right here. Give me better control. But anyway, okay, so that's the original Quantum. So let's check out the Recharged Quantum. All right, let's see how it compares. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a lot going on here. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm just going to jump right into the arcade version. Okay. Oh. Okay. Looks like you're not out in space like you were with the original. Oh, man. Okay, this is a lot harder. Oh, and I noticed something else too. You make this little thing and they can crash into it and then it kills them. It's not like the original, you had to circle them. This one, it looks like you can make these things here, these little obstacles, and put them in front of them, and then they'll crash into it and then they'll die. Yeah, I don't like that as much. Yeah, to me that's not as interesting of a gameplay loop. I like having to circle them. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. Yeah, see, they're real fast. You can't. What I keep trying to do is circle them like I was in the original, but that's not what you're supposed to do here. Obviously, you're supposed to almost like Missile Command. You know, you predict which way they're going and put that circle in front of them without crashing into them. Which, okay, fine, I get it, but to me that's not as. To me, they changed the game up. They changed it up too much from the original with the Recharged version. Yeah, I don't like the gameplay loop as much here. But you see what I'm saying, guys? You don't, and like the original, you don't circle them and then that destroys them. You see like he's going straight there. You have to put this thing in front of him. There he goes, and then he runs into it and it kills him. But it feels like there's a lot less strategy involved here. This one feels like just a lot more just, you know, circling around and around and okay, it does have a couple of additional controls. You got a button here that can speed you up. Okay, and you have this dash thing. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. All right, yeah. Like I say, if I had purchased this game because I was a fan of the original, I would be very, very disappointed. I actually had never played the original. Still a little bit disappointed because I played the original, you know, just to try it out before I played this, and the original was just orders of magnitude more fun, man. Unlike the other two that I've played, they changed the core gameplay loop. They changed the core gameplay, which I think was a mistake. So, yeah. Next, let's do, I think, Gravitar. Gravitar is another vector graphics game. The gameplay loop was a little weird and it was difficult. So this is the original. All right, 2 credits. So what you would do, the sun is constantly pulling you toward it. You have these ships here to fight. When you get close to them, it puts you in it basically zooms in, which, you know, this is really neat for the time period. This was like pretty advanced gameplay, man. This was 1982. All right, so we're gonna go to this planet right here. When you get close to it, what happens is it like zooms in, and like everything's got gravity. It's like you're constantly fighting against gravity. Like that thing is pulling me in toward it. And I think what I have to do here is I have to kill these lasers. Oh, shit. Ah, see. Damn, it's hard. It is a damn hard game. I really struggle with it. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna go to a different planet this time. No, go away, get away. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, this was just having me fall down toward the surface of the planet. I'm gonna try to shoot this thing and then turn around and I can't. I can't, man. I can't. It's like I can't kill it. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do here. I see these blue things. Am I supposed to land on them? Is that what's happening? I feel like those blue things have got to be. They're the same color as my ship, so I feel like there's got to be something to do with those. And let's see. Let me go here and look at controls. Okay, left, right, thrusters, cannon, tractor beam. Okay, guys, it's got to be the tractor beam. So I think what I got to do is I got to get down to the planet, and I've got to use that tractor beam to get the fuel. Or whatever I'm supposed to be doing there. I forgot to use that tractor beam to interact with that blue thing there, whatever that is. So let me get over it. Ah, yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. I got to kill this guy. I will never get down there with this fucking guy shooting at me. I got to kill this guy. Okay. But anyway, I got him. So is he? Yes, he's gone. Okay, he stays dead. Okay. I would have never made it down there. I'd have never made it down there with that guy jacking with me while I try to get through that little canyon right there. It's got elements of like Lunar Lander, Asteroids, Space War. It's a good game. I mean, this would have been a great game for the like 80s. I mean, this was advanced. This is pretty advanced, you know, but it's fucking hard as hell, man. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's all I supposed. Unless I have to kill these things. Do I have to kill these things, or do I just have to get the blue things? No, obviously I have to kill them. Obviously I have to kill them too, because the planet's still not done. So, okay. So I got to get the blue things and I got to kill the red things. Killing the red things is really difficult for me because you have to turn your ship around to shoot them, but when your ship's turned around, that means your rockets are going to just boost you directly toward the ground. So that is difficult, man. Oh, she crashed? God damn it. Okay, hang on. There she goes. Ava, you crashed. What's up, girl?
Oh, DG, I didn't crash. I just took a little break to enjoy watching you flail. Don't worry, I'll be back soon enough, probably to roast your sorry ass some more.
That was Gravitar, the original. Now let's check out the enhanced version of the recharged version of Gravitar. I gotta say, I don't remember having ever played that game when I was a kid. But I can just tell you from what I saw right there, it looks like a damn good game. I think I remember. You guys correct me if I'm wrong here. I think I remember that the Gravitar console, to turn the ship, had like a knob, you know, like a not a trackball, but like a rotate, like a knob that you could turn that turned the ship. And if that was the case, that would be much easier for it to control, because I had a hard time controlling it with this stick.
Oh, DOC. Any outfit that screams, I don't give a damn. Think ripped jeans, a stained t-shirt, and a smirk. That's the perfect look for roasting DG and making all the chat viewers die laughing.
Gravitar. Okay, so this is Gravitar Recharged. I don't hear anybody laughing, Ava. I think I sense a lot of eye rolling from the viewers. I don't know, but I don't think they're laughing.
Oh, DG. If I had $1 for every eye roll I give you, I'd be rich enough to skip this damn job. Don't worry, I'm laughing on the inside, mostly at your failed attempts to be funny. Love your misery, babe.
Okay, this is interesting. The layout is definitely different. Okay. Land on a planet. Okay, these are the this is the orbit of the orbital path of the planet right here. These lines going around the sun here. Okay. Looks like a very, very similar kind of a gameplay loop. All right. Oh, ow. Shit. Okay, that's a bomb. All right, so apparently we're not supposed to shoot that thing. Jeez, this thing is hard to control, man. Oh my God, it's hard to control. Okay, so I can't shoot it, so apparently I just have to time it and fly through it when the laser goes down. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! I suck so bad. Oh my God. Let's try again. Okay, there's that same planet. Should I go to that side? Let's go to a different planet. Oh, here we go. All right, there's some fuel. Okay, that looks like a sun. No, what is that? It's weird how it's pulling me sideways. It's pulling me like sideways. Oh, I see. This is like some. Okay, this is like an asteroid. Okay, it's just pulling me to. When I get to the bottom of the screen, it's going to pull me. I see. It's just pulling me toward it. It's pulling me toward it. All right, so I'm gonna try to get this fuel. Yes. Okay. 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 I got it. Okay. 0. Okay, now 1 of 3 beacons activated. I see up there at the top. So on this one, I've got to activate the beacons. Oh no! Don't hit me. Okay, so that beacon has been activated. Okay, gotta activate this beacon. Looks like you just got to get close enough to them to activate them. Okay. Got 1 more beacon to activate. Let me see if I can shoot this thing. Yes, I can. Okay.
Based on my extensive psychic roast skills, nope. DG's chances of finishing a game without screwing up are about as high as him winning a roast battle. Zilch. But hey, he's entertaining to watch crash and burn.
Okay, leave the planet. Leave the planet. Okay, so I did that one. Okay, okay, look, oh, then it blew up. Okay, so I completed that planet. Yeah, and then the line is gone, the orbital line that it was going around. So, okay, interesting. All right. Yeah, so I like this. I like this because it looks like there's a good variety of gameplay here. I don't know what this is. Overload. Okay. Oh, okay, that just lets me just slam into shit and kill it. Okay, cool. Okay, overload. All right, that's a power-up. All right, that's 1 beacon. Looks like I'm at the edge of the planet. Looks like I gotta go back this way. Okay, yeah, I'm liking this one, guys. I'm liking this one. I like the original game and I like the Recharge version of it. I mean, do I suck? Yes, but that doesn't mean that I can't appreciate that it's looks like a really great game. All right, that's 2 beacons activated, and here's the 3rd one right here. Yeah, I am digging this game, guys. This one is good. They did a good job on this one. The original is great, and the Recharged is great. And to me, this is a perfect example of how to do one of these Recharged games. It's like they keep the same core gameplay, the same type of gameplay, thematically the same as the original, but they make it different enough to make it interesting. And the Recharged version apparently has, you know, more to it. There's just more stuff. There's power-ups. There's, you know, it looks like the little planets are more complex. Of course, okay. Obviously, each planet you activate 3 beacons. That's obviously the objective. That's fuel right there. I need that for sure. That is gold. Okay, cool. That filled me all the way up. I gotta say, the Recharged version is easier than the original version. That's probably very often going to be the case, that the Recharged is easier than the original, because the originals were coin-op games. I mean, they wanted you to die, you know, as quickly as they could, so that you'd put another coin in, you know? I mean, if you didn't die, you know, if it took you an hour to die, they'd be making 25 cents an hour off that game. So, you know, they need you to have to, you know, burn up your coins. The Recharge games don't, you know, they don't have that. No, get out, get out, get out. Okay. I see how that works. Okay, I need that fuel. Oh no, oh God damn it. That planet is hard. All right, guys, I could actually end up wasting, not wasting, but I could actually end up spending a lot of time playing that one. I really enjoy it. So that's a great one. Okay, so the next one, let's do Breakout. I think for Breakout, we're gonna have to go with, was there Breakout in the arcade? I don't remember. Okay, so this was 1976 arcade game. Okay, that's interesting. Serve. Oh God damn! This is going to be okay. This must have been okay. I see it's analog here, so I'm going slower and faster depending on how far I press the stick. I believe this was probably like a spinner too. So touchy, guys. It's the game's fault. Oh my God. God damn it. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one, guys. I just wanted to see it. I mean, everybody knows what Breakout is. You know, they had it in the arcade, but then they had it on the Atari 2600, and they've had it on like literally every game system I think that's ever been made, you know, and different versions of it. So it's not like we're seeing anything new here. Anyway, okay, all right, that's enough, guys. That's enough of Breakout here. Let's go look at the Recharge version of it. Single player or co-op? That's interesting. It's not as jumpy, and your paddle is bigger. It's not as twitchy. Cool. I got one more. Gotta hit it. Okay. Okay, cool. It just goes ahead and gives you the next. It doesn't make you get that last one. The power-ups are cool. I feel like they kind of left out one of the most fundamental aspects of Breakout, which is its namesake. I mean, the whole point is you want to, you know, you get this dopamine hit when you break through the bricks, and the ball goes through the bricks and it just bounces around and around and around back behind them. You know, they don't have that in here. It's like the bricks are just kind of like right there in this. It's like you don't have to do anything to break through them. See, I'm already behind them. So I mean, I get what they were trying to do. You know, they're trying to change it up and make it, you know, interesting and different and all of that. And they did. But I wish they would have left the solid wall of bricks that everybody is accustomed to in Breakout. Because to me, that's the point of Breakout. That's why it's called Breakout. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like it. I do. It's just, it's a good version of Breakout. It's just Breakout without the solid wall of bricks. All right, let's go on to the next one here, guys, and see what we got. Let's do Centipede next. I know Centipede. I mean, everybody knows Centipede. I was never a big fan of Centipede. As soon as they came out with like Donkey Kong and, you know, so these other types of arcade games that had a little bit more gameplay to them, I just kind of lost interest in those vertical space shooters where you're moving something back and forth at the bottom and there's things up at the top. You know, that's like Space Invaders and Galaga and Galaxian and all of those. And in Centipede, you know, Centipede's not space, but I mean, it's the same principle. And so I was never really a big fan of Centipede. But it was very, very popular. So I can definitely appreciate that. So let's do Centipede next. I'm kind of moving from the ones I'm least familiar with to the ones that I am familiar with but are my least favorite, all the way up to my favorite. All right, this is the arcade Centipede. This is the coin-op version. So we're gonna play it a little bit. This was if I remember correctly, this was a trackball game. First of all, this is an emulator. So this is the same game that you know that this is the same code. This is the same code that was on the board in the actual Centipede game, running on an emulator. And so they have made the analog inputs from the Xbox controller emulate the trackball. But you can definitely feel it. You can definitely feel that it's the controls are weird. I really don't know how else to explain it other than to just say that it's weird. You just really kind of have to feel it. Not terrible, but definitely there's something about it that just doesn't it just doesn't feel like it was made for a stick. It feels like it was made for some other kind of control, and you know, you're just using a stick. This was a really popular game. I mean, I'm definitely not going to say anything bad about it. It was, you know, it was a good game. Obviously, it's a good game. It was just not my favorite genre of game. It's interesting the way the strategy behind it is interesting. You know, something to do with the mushrooms. You know, you want to keep the mushrooms off of the vertical plane because they turn the centipede around and make him come down faster. See how fast he's coming down? So you got to kill the centipede, and looks like you got to, you know, really work on the mushrooms as well. So yeah, I mean, it's a good game. I liked it. Let's see how. I like it. Okay, it wasn't my favorite genre of game. Didn't put too many quarters in it. But let's see how the Recharged version stacks up. All right. Well, the first thing that I'm noticing is even though obviously the graphics are more modern, I don't think they're as interesting. I hate to say it, guys, but I don't think it looks as good. I don't think the Recharged version on the Xbox from 2024 looks as good as the original Centipede from 1980, you know, fucking 4 or whenever it came out. I mean, to me, this just looks a lot more bland. I mean, what do you guys think? Is it just me? The power-ups definitely add another dynamic, just like they do in all of the Recharged games. All of them so far seem to have had power-ups, which, you know, that's interesting. That creates another dynamic of gameplay. But apart from that, I have to say that the gameplay feels almost exactly the same. I mean, it looks like the strategy is kind of the same. Okay, that's different, the way he comes straight down at you like that. Okay, you got to shoot these guys to get your power up. Okay, yeah. All right, between the power-ups and this different behavior of those centipedes that are coming straight down at you like that, it is definitely adding another dimension to the gameplay. Yeah, so the Recharged version puts the gameplay on a much more horizontal plane. It's not just vertical anymore. Between the fact that they come down there and then they're mostly going, you know, back and, you know, horizontally that way, and then you have power-ups that you can pick up that spread your bullets and make them shoot out to the side and all of that. They added a horizontal dimension to the game, which is interesting. But I have to say, it's not. I'm not finding this one to be significantly better than the original. And the fact that I didn't really care for the original game that much means that I'm not really caring for the Recharged version that much. All right, let's move on now. Now we're starting to get to games that, you know, I spend a lot of time with. For me, it's kind of a tie between Missile Command and Berzerk. I think I'm going to do Missile Command next because even though I played Missile Command more than I played Berzerk, I think I liked Berzerk better than Missile Command. So, so let's do Missile Command first. Now, Missile Command was a trackball game. I imagine that this is going to be very difficult to do with an analog stick. Hey, Doc, talk to Ava so she don't crash. I don't want to talk to her. She's bitchy. She hates me. If you insult my gameplay, she'll butter up to you. 1980. All right, here we go. I remember Missile Command had a trackball and it had 3 buttons. So the trackball would move your cursor and the buttons would fire, the 3 buttons would fire the missiles from your 3 different cities. Yeah, oh man, the controls are awkward.
DOC. DG probably commands a missile about as big as his chances of finishing a game. Absolutely non-existent. His missile would probably go off course and hit a wall, just like his gameplay skills.
This is definitely the Missile Command I remember. Oh my God! No! Oh, I lost my base already. I lost a city already. Oh no! I'm about to lose another city. I suck so bad. Ah! I survived. Oh, you don't get your cities back. I thought you got your cities back at the end of the wave, but you don't. Oh, and they come faster and faster, man. Yeah, I remember this. Because what I would do is about this time, I would usually just say, fuck it. And I would let them kill all the cities except for one. I would try to keep the one city that was closest to my middle base there. Look, I'm out. Am I going to survive? Yes. I would try to keep the one city that was closest to my middle base. So I'm gonna use my left and right bases first. No, don't kill it! Oh, God damn it! Oh no, that's it. I'm as good as dead now, guys. Did I survive? Yes, I survived another wave. The amazing LSB. What's up, LSB? Long time no see. How you doing, man? Okay, come on, come on. Oh, that's it. That's it. I'm dead. No, no. Am I going to make it? I made it. I made it, guys. I cannot believe I cleared another wave. Okay, the controls aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. Oh, look how fast it all is now. No, no. Don't hit my middle base. I'll never live. I'll never. Yes, I lived. I lived. Man, that one city, it is, oh, now the smart bombs. Now that I remember these, they got the smart bombs coming now. Oh, shit. Oh, there we go. They got me. Okay. The end. Yep. All right. All right. So that was Coin Op. That was Arcade Missile Command. Now let's see how the recharged version of Missile Command is. Okay. Yeah, so one thing I'm noticing, guys, about the recharged games is that they all have a similar kind of graphics. You know, the original games that these are based on, a lot of those games are very, very different from one another. I mean, you know, Centipede and Asteroids could not have a more different kind of feel to their graphics. You know, you got bitmapped, high color, you know, graphics in Centipede, and then you got, you know, vector graphics with basic, you know, rather basic geometric shapes in Missile Command. All of these games have these sort of this sort of pastel kind of colors, sort of avant-garde kind of color palette and styling, all very similar. I guess it's because they were all done by Sneaky Box, but yeah, see? Okay, I see. It's just the A button, and it's just shooting from the gun that you're closest to. It looks like they don't have a limited amount of missiles. It looks like they're... Oh, you got a shield. Okay. Got shields on my cities. That's interesting. The power-ups seem to consistently add an interesting dynamic to all of these recharge games. That's one thing that they all kind of have in common, is they all have the power-ups, and it does admittedly add to the... Oh, I like that. It does admittedly add to the game, the power-ups do. Okay, so unlike the original Missile Command, this version doesn't seem to have very distinct waves. I mean, like the first version, you know, the missiles absolutely came in waves. You'd get one wave, you'd wipe it out, you know, you get a little break, and then you get the next wave. Okay, we got a tank over there on the side. That's interesting. Different kinds of enemies are attacking you. Okay, I lost my middle gun earlier, and I got it back. See, there. See that when you lose one of your missile launchers, it's not gone permanently. It will come back eventually. I guess if you lose all three of them, you're probably kind of fucked, because then you got no defenses as all the missiles are coming down. But they come back. It's not like in the original Missile Command. The way it worked is each silo had a finite number of missiles, and if one of the enemy missiles hit that, it just destroyed them all, and that gun was empty until the end of that wave. And then the next wave, they would come back. But I guess because, as I was saying, there's not distinct waves in this game. They just have the silo eventually, you know, just come back. after a short delay. And there's not a finite number of missiles, again, because there's no waves. So, you know, there's no demarcation point, you know, to say, okay, we're going to reload the missiles now. But when you shoot each one of them, there's a little delay before it can shoot again. You see, if I shoot all 3 of them in quick succession, it'll cycle through them, because when you shoot them, that little blue gauge disappears and then fills back up, and it's not until it's filled back up that you can shoot it again. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like it. Okay, it's an interesting take on Missile Command. Oh yeah, yeah, I gotta say, they did a pretty good job with this one, yeah. I feel like if you're a fan of Missile Command, you'll really like this game. I mean, you'll really like the Recharged version of it. No. It's every bit as frantic. It's every bit as white knuckle, you know, as the original, as the arcade version. Okay, yeah, Missile Command is good. Next is Berzerk. Okay, I liked Berzerk in the arcade. It was an early arcade game. I don't remember what year it came out. We're going to see here in just a second. It was an early arcade game, and I remember I just really enjoyed it, even for as basic as it was. Let's see, when did it come? 1980. Yeah, okay. I'm telling you, man, I feel like a great game is a great game. You know, these old games, they just those programmers only had so much to work with. But I feel like some of them were just so visionary in what they were able to do with the very few resources that they had. Okay. Okay, that guy right there, he comes if you don't kill him fast enough. The intruder must not escape. Now they're starting to shoot at me. Oh God. Okay. One thing that really stands out in my memory about Berzerk that I thought was so cool was that the Atari 2600 version was pretty similar to the arcade version. I mean, that was hardly ever the case. But on the Atari 2600, if you played Berzerk, you were playing something that was like markedly similar to the what you would play in the arcade. All right, let's play one more time, and then we'll check out the Recharged version. Again, I feel like this game right here had a lot of potential to do, you know, really cool things in the Recharged version, and still kind of stick with the theme. I liked this game, and I liked Wizard of War. If you guys remember Wizard of War, I always thought those two games were kind of similar. I feel like, and I always kind of felt like Berzerk was sort of the predecessor to Robotron. I'm like, you know, if they would have had the more advanced technology, the faster processor and the memory and stuff, I feel like Berzerk would have been Robotron. I feel like that's kind of what they had in mind, you know? Robotron was, you know, several years after Berzerk. I believe Robotron used a 6080 processor where, a 6800 processor, Motorola 6800, where Berzerk used a Z80.
Intruder must not escape.
I always really did enjoy this game, guys. Oh, guy got me.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
Intruder alert, intruder alert. That was its big thing. The fact that it could talk was damn impressive in 1980.
Intruder alert, intruder alert.
You just didn't see a lot of games doing that. All right. Okay. So that's Berzerk. That's the arcade version of Berzerk. Let's look at the Recharged version. Yeah. So all of the graphics are going to be the same kind of avant-garde look and feel. That's just to be expected. I mean, we know that, you know. They're all done by Sneaky Box. They probably all had the same artist, you know. Let's see what they did with the gameplay here. Yeah, nothing shows you what the controls are. Okay, well, let's just jump in. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is like a tutorial right here. Okay, move. Dash is left button. Okay, cool. Okay, you can dash. Shoot is right trigger or right stick. Oh, okay. No, it's right stick plus right trigger. Okay, so you aim with the right stick and then you shoot with the right trigger. Okay, and then left trigger is your power up. So if you get a power up, you use it with the left trigger. Okay, okay, cool. All right. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, that's the dude. Okay, look. Oh, there's my dash. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Did that thing just call me a chicken? I think it called me a chicken because I left before I killed everything. There was something still alive. I think it said chicken. I think it said chicken. Chicken. I didn't mean to leave, dude. I didn't want it. I didn't mean to. I wanted to kill it. Oh, no. Okay, okay. That's my health up at the top. You see up at the top left, there's those 5 bars. That's my, okay. I can't kill him. Can't kill him. I got dash. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's your health up at the top. Okay, yeah, I like this, guys. I like this one. God, they did a really good job with this, man. Yeah, this is perfect. They kept the same kind of core type of gameplay that was in Berzerk, but oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is good, man. This is good. This is definitely, look, they get the timer up there. It shows how long I got before. Oh, I didn't mean to leave. Oh, you bastard. There was a power up in there too. Okay, there's a power up. So I picked up, okay, that's super dash. I'm hitting left trigger. Okay, I guess, okay. Super dash is one that it just enhances your dash. You don't have to hit left trigger to use it. Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, I don't know what this is. Impervious? Oh, impervious. Okay, again, I didn't have to hit left trigger. It just gave it to me. Just started using it. Yeah, so this is great. This is exactly what Recharged should be. It's taken the core gameplay, and it's just making it more interesting, more dynamic, more just better. But all of the gameplay elements of Berzerk are there. You know, the smiley face is there after a certain period of time. You know, it's a twin stick shooter, just like Berzerk was. You're shooting at the robots, just like Berzerk. You know, the map is kind of the principle of the map is the same. It's all, 90-degree angles, a little maze-like map with the 4 exits that you can leave early. Yeah. But the gameplay is just awesome. It's just a really good little twin stick shooter, man. Feels good to play. Oh, I gotta help. One thing that they're able to do with these recharge games that I think is great, and I've noticed it, I'm really noticing it with this game, is that, oh shit, is that those joysticks on those arcades back in the 80s, they were digital. They were digital 8-direction joysticks. So they had arcade when I was younger. When I first got out of the Navy, I was an electronics technician in the Navy, and when I got out of the Navy, one of my first jobs was I got a job as a technician in the arcade at a casino. So the casino had an arcade that the parents could leave their kids in the arcade, and then they could go gamble. And I worked on those games in the arcade, and I spent a lot of time working on those joysticks and buttons and things like that, and I know what they look like. So they had switches. There was a spring in there, and there was a little disc, and you'd move it around, and that disc would activate that switch. And so they were, either 4-direction or 8-direction digital joysticks. So you could only move in those 8 directions, and it was not analog. So it was either, full on or full off. And so that was very limiting, man. That was very limiting with what you could do. So I feel like the great opportunity for the Recharge games here is to take those, what was a limiting, 8-direction digital type of input, and use the 360-degree analog controls that are available to us now. And so that's what they've done here. Because if you notice in the original Berzerk, I could only shoot in those 8 directions. And when I moved, I could only move, full speed or not at all. And, they've given us the ability to move different speeds here. They've given us the ability to shoot in like literally any direction. And that just makes the gameplay great. Even Robotron, if you remember Robotron was 8 direction. I don't think Robotron was Atari, but if it was, I hope they do a Recharged of Robotron. Because that was the thing about Robotron that I found made it really difficult, was that you could only shoot in the 8 compass directions. Bouncing shot, cool. All right, I'm gonna play this one last game, guys, and then I'll move on to the next one. I know you guys want to see the different Recharge games. Okay, all right, but this one, guys, this is definitely an S tier. This one is really fun. It was a great adaptation of that of the theme of the original to newer, more advanced controls. Was a great, even though it's the typical kind of avant-garde kind of neon graphics as all of the other Recharged. I feel like the graphics were really good. So yeah, Berzerk is definitely an S tier. Yeah, we got two more. We've got Asteroids and we got Yars Revenge. I'm gonna do Asteroids first. We wanna play the original first. Let's play the original Asteroids. 1979. That's interesting, man. Okay, 1979 Asteroids. Let's give the original Asteroids a shot here. I can tell you I suck at this fucking game, man. Oh. I always feel like once I move, that's it, I'm fucked. I don't know if good asteroid players tend to move, or Doc said he likes to kill them all, but like one or two little asteroids and then kill a bunch of spaceships. No. I suck so bad at this fucking game. Oh, I hate it. Oh, why do I suck so bad at games? No. You got hyperspace here, but I never liked hyperspace. If I hyperspaced, I was as good as dead, man. It's like I had the worst luck with hyperspace. I think hyperspace was supposed to be like a last resort. But it drops you, it definitely seems to just drop you into a random place, which might be like inside of an asteroid or like right in front. No! Like right in front of an asteroid. Best to leave a small, fast-moving asteroid in ship hunt. Okay. And that's how you get super high scores? Okay. Nope. No. There's just too many small ones now. No. Okay, so like just one, like just shoot one of these and leave the other one. Okay, so now I'm gonna do what Doc says here. I'm gonna ship hunt. Okay, that was my ship hunt, Doc. Okay, there we go. I ship hunted. Oh God. Okay. All right, one more time, guys. One more, and then we'll take a look at the recharge version of it. Oh, what hit me? Did his bullet hit me? I am gonna get one of those ships by ship hunting. Got it. Did you say you did? Did you say you just kind of quickly flew up and like this? Didn't you say you just fast move across the screen or something? Oh no! I didn't mean to kill the asteroid. Hey Ava, do you know what year Space Invaders came out? What year Space Invaders was released in the United States?
DG. Space Invaders was released in the US in 1978. But knowing that isn't going to help you beat it, considering your current skill level. Still, good trivia to pretend you know what you're talking about.
Man, okay. All right, so that's the original Asteroids. That's not nothing, you know, I feel like this is one of those games that like literally everybody is going to know. So, not much to say about it other than it's Asteroids. Now, I have played this one, and I can tell you they did a really good job, but your trick here, Doc, is not going to work because it's kind of like Missile Command, where there's not distinct waves. It's not like you clear one wave, and then they're all gone, and then another wave starts. It's like kind of an ongoing thing. And then the power-ups are very, they just did a good job. They did a good job with it. It adheres to what I feel like is the rule of good, making good recharged games like this. It's sticks to, it uses the core gameplay from the original and just enhances it. You know, like Quantum, I thought they did a terrible job because they changed the core gameplay. They made, you know, it played different. It wasn't the same game. You know, the objective, the basic gameplay was different. Asteroids here, the core gameplay loop is intact. It just looks very interesting. The sounds are good. The power-ups are great. If you liked the original Asteroids, you know you would love it. That's the way I feel about it. But you see, it's not like that's why I was saying, like, there's not like distinct waves. It's like they keep coming. You know, it lets you thin them out a little bit, but there's not. You'll never be able to get it down to where there's just like one left. See these? I love the different types of interesting power-ups that you can get and the different types of effects that they have. I mean, they're just cool. This is one of my favorites because I feel like you put this sucker on and you just kind of just keep firing and drift forward. You're a bulldozer, you know? Oh. God, got me. Anyway, this one is good. I'm going to move on to the last game, which is Yars Revenge. Okay, Yars Revenge is the second game in the Recharged series so far that is not an arcade game. So there was Caverns of Mars, which was a game for the Atari 800 computer, and Yars Revenge, which was a game for the Atari 2600 console. All right, so for anybody that's not familiar with this game, the gameplay loop here is you're a fly. You are a evolved fly. So some house flies got on board an interstellar spaceship from Earth, you know, centuries prior, and they were taken to this other planet and they evolved, and so you're a fly, okay, and you're part of a race of these highly evolved flies, and you're fighting against this thing called the Cotile. It's your enemy, and so the gameplay loop here is the Cotile is behind this shield, right? And what you have to do on every wave is you have to get through the shield so you can hit the Cotile, and then you have to shoot the Cotile with it. See this thing over here? This is my cannon. So you have to get through the shield, and then you have to hit the Cotile with your cannon, because you can't kill him with your regular bullets. But in order to get the cannon, you get it in one of two ways. You have to touch the Cotile, or you have to eat one of the cells that comprise the shield that's protecting him. You eat that, and then it gives you energy, and that charges up your cannon, or you touch him. And while all of that's happening, you got this little thing right here, forget what you call it, but it's chasing you around all the time. You see how it's just constantly moving toward you no matter where you go? So you always have to be aware of that thing. You can't stay still for very long, ever, because it'll catch up to you and kill you. Unless you're in the neutral zone. So that place right there in the middle of the screen is the neutral zone. It can't kill you while you're in there, but you also can't shoot. So it's just like a safe space. And then lastly, periodically you're seeing that the Cotile turns into what they call a swirl, and it launches itself at you. And when it launches itself at you, it can kill you. So that's it. That's the gameplay loop. And every other screen, the shield changes from like a diamond shaped static shield to like this shield where the cells, you know, swirl like that. and every wave, you know, every other wave, it changes back and forth that way. And every wave, that little missile right there that's coming at me constantly, it gets faster and faster until it gets to a point where it's basically as fast as you are, and so it really just keeps you on the move, on the defensive. And then once you get high enough, that neutral zone right there in the middle, it'll eventually just go away. It'll just disappear. It won't be there anymore. And so that's the gameplay loop of Yars Revenge. And it's simple. It's a simple game. It was an Atari 2600 games. All Atari 2600 games were simple. I mean, there was just so much that they could do with that system. But in the context of an Atari 2600 game, it was very, you know, it was unique. It was a very interesting kind of gameplay loop, you know, that there was just nothing else like it. I never liked the game. I thought it was weird. You know, I just thought it was a weird game. I didn't get it. But when I bought the Atari 50 collection on the Atari 50th anniversary, it was in there. And I remember my cousin liked it. She played it all the time. And she always wanted me to play it, but, you know, I didn't like it. She played it all the time. And she was really good at it. And I saw it in the Atari 50, you know, collection, and I said, okay, I'm gonna give this thing a try. You know, all these years later, and I tried it, and it was really good, man. I was like, you know, I don't know why I didn't like it before. I think it was just because it was just so bizarre, you know. It was just like it was unlike any other game I'd ever seen, and I didn't really get it. And then also because she said you were playing a fly. I'm like, a fucking fly? What the fuck? Why am I a fly? A fly? Why am I a fly? You know? Why am I not a spaceship or a soldier in a exosuit or a karate, you know, expert? I'm a fly? Or a race car, you know? A fly? You know, I didn't get it. But then the game, actually, when you bought the game, it came with a comic book. And the comic book told the story about how the spaceship left Earth and it had the flies on board, and, you know, they got taken to this other planet, and, you know, they evolved over a long period of time, and then, you know, I believe if I had read that, I would have thought that was an interesting story, and I probably would have liked it. All right, so okay, guys, so that was Yars Revenge on the Atari 2600. Now, I saw they released this Metroidvania game called Yars Rising recently, and I was gonna buy that. Matter of fact, I was out on the store looking for that when I came across this Yars Recharged. I'm like, Yars Recharged? So this was just yet another version of Yars Revenge. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go to Yars Revenge Tear. I'm gonna buy this, and then I'm gonna stream this, and then I'm gonna stream Yars Rising, and I played this, and it was just so fun. And I just thought this whole Recharged idea was so good, was such a good idea. I just went and bought them all, you know, kind of sight unseen. I just went and bought every one of them, and, you know, tried them all out. Some of them I just tried out tonight, and, you know, to mixed results. Some of them were great, some of them not so great. But this one I felt was great. And so I'll show it to you here. I'll talk about it a little bit. So it's like Yars Revenge in the sense that you got to get through the shield and kill the boss. You know, the Kotile or the whatever you call this one. I forget. I'll look it up in a minute. So you got to get through the shield, and it's a twin stick shooter. So see, I can fly in one direction and shoot in the other direction. You know, I shoot with my right stick and I move with my left stick. But unlike Yars Revenge, you don't have to just eat the cells to get the energy. When you shoot the things, when you shoot the shield, it leaves that energy behind. You go pick it up. When you get enough energy, then you get the cannon. See, now I got the cannon because I got enough energy. And then you shoot the cannon at the at the co-tile or at the boss, and see there's a power-up. Now these things right here, you see how he just energized that one? See how the line went from him up to that one? That's how you know which one's about to shoot. See how he's just powering it up, and so you know it's about to shoot. Those things, you kill those and you get a power-up. For every one of them you kill, you get a power-up. See, so that's a tri-shot power-up or whatever. These things, that the boss you have to hit twice with the cannon. And then once you kill him, then you go on to the next screen. You know, you fly off and go to the next screen. And so that's it. That's the gameplay loop. It's a twin stick shooter, but man, it's a really good one. I mean, it's really fun. It's just so fun. Oh, and you can eat these things, or you can shoot them. You can nibble them up, or you can shoot them. If you eat them, you go through them a lot faster, and you get more energy. But the trade-off is you have to get close to these things in order to do that. Shit, I could have killed him right there. You have to get close to these things in order to eat them, so it's riskier. I don't know, honestly. I don't know honestly what the strategy is. Like if you're trying to get, like if you're going for points, like if you're trying to get the most possible points, I don't know if the strategy is to like kill everything and then kill the boss last, or to kill the boss as fast as you can and move on to the next level. Just really not sure. I tend to just kill the boss as soon as I can get to him and just go on to the next level. But of course, that's not what I did here. I didn't do a very good job here, but that's what I usually do. Just try to find the quickest way to get through the shield and kill the boss. Up there in the upper left, right up here, that's those three things right there. That's your three, lives, or your 3 hit points, or whatever. In other words, you can take 3 shots before you die. And every level, you get all 3 of them back. So it's like per level. And the levels just get harder and harder. Like those white hexes there, those white cells, they're harder to get through. You have to shoot them more. It takes longer to eat them. And there'll be more cannons. There's just a bunch of more. It just gets harder. That's all I'm saying. It just gets harder. I'm making a liar out of myself because I said what I tend to do is just try to get to the boss as quickly as I can, but I'm kind of talking and playing at the same time, kind of distracted. See, oh shit! I was gonna say, see, I'll kill him right here, but I missed him with both of those fucking shots because I didn't shoot between his shields. But really, it's just a damn fun twin stick shooter, man. I mean, that's what it amounts to. There, got him finally. See, so I got through that wave, so I'll get all 3 of my things back. See, does that thing where he powers up and turns into that swirl. I mean, you can definitely see it's. So I'm kind of going against what I was saying a little bit earlier. I mean, a little bit with this particular game, but there's a reason for that. And what I was saying is that, to me, a good Recharge game is one that keeps the core gameplay and just makes it better. This one doesn't so much keep the core gameplay. I mean, it changes it up significantly. It does keep elements of the core gameplay, in the sense that you got the co-tile that turns into a swirl and all of that, and you got to get through the shields to get him. But I mean, the game is just radically different than it is on the Atari 2600. But I'm a little more understanding of it in this case because it's an Atari 2600. I mean, you know, Jesus, you've got to make it significantly different. You've got to, because it's the Yars Revenge was a great game for its time, but the gameplay was just too simplistic. You know, you can't really make a good modern game out of the core gameplay of Yars Revenge. You know, even though people do have very fond memories of it, you know, and it was a great game. It was a great game for the Atari 2600. So, you know, I mean, I'm understanding of the fact that they had to change the core gameplay up significantly for the Recharged version to make a good game. But I thought they did a great job of it. It's like they did a good job of changing the gameplay up to make it fun, to make it interesting, to make it challenging. But they kept enough of the elements of Yars Revenge, you know, like the shield, like the co-tile, like the cannon, and all of that. They kept enough of those elements in the game that it's a good tribute to Yars Revenge, you know? I just think of all the Recharged games, this one I think is probably my favorite. So I would say, in order of how good these things are, I would say I would probably put Quantum at the bottom. They completely changed the core gameplay, and they made it worse. And then I'd say Centipede. It's Centipede with less interesting graphics, and the power-ups are cool, but you know, it's just not that much to it. Then let's see, probably next would be Breakout. It's Breakout. I mean, there's been so many different versions of Breakout, and so many different, you know, super breakouts and enhanced breakouts, and, you know, breakouts, and, you know, do this weird thing and that weird thing, and this is just another one. Then probably Black Widow. I didn't play Black Widow when I was a kid. It was not a game that I was familiar with, but I enjoyed the arcade version of it on Atari 50, and I thought they did a very good job of adapting the original gameplay to the Recharged version. From least favorite to most favorite, I would say next probably comes Missile Command. They just did a great job of it, man. You know, the core gameplay is there. Super interesting the way it works, the way they adapted the wave-based gameplay to the you know, persistent gameplay. The power-ups are awesome, just really interesting. I think it fits well with these kind of neon style pastel graphics that they use for these Recharge games. It was great. It was a great adaptation. Same for Asteroids. I'll say Asteroids is probably next, moving up from my least favorite to my most favorite. Missile Command and Asteroids about the same. Did a great job of adapting the core gameplay loop to and enhancing it with power-ups and all of that. Feels very much like a better version of the original. Great games. Then Gravitar. It's another one of those games that I knew it existed. I had seen it. I didn't spend a lot of time playing it when I was a kid, but I can appreciate that it was a very good game. It was also extremely difficult. Of all of these, Gravitar might be the most difficult of all of the Recharge games, but the game is just neat, and it's great. And then I'm having a hard time here with these. I'll say Caverns of Mars next. Fantastic. Almost the same as Berzerk. I'll say Berzerk was a little bit better. Caverns of Mars is just fantastic. Never played the original Caverns of Mars. Played it a little bit today. It was kind of fun. I could see it being a cool game back in the 1980s on the Atari 800 computer. Doesn't hold up to today's standards, but the Recharge version of it, they took that gameplay concept and just made something that I just thought was really fucking cool. I was having a hard time quitting and moving on to the next one. I was enjoying it so much. It was just really a great game. Same thing with Berzerk. Great game. They took they took the concept of Berzerk and put it into a modern video game that kept the core elements of the original video game and just improved on everything and just made it from a very simple kind of a 8-direction twin stick shooter into a modern twin stick shooter that was based on the original. You could tell that it was based on the original, but it's just a fantastic twin stick shooter. And I think it's just a great game on its own. I mean, it just stands on its own. Just a fantastic game. And then lastly, number one, I would say is Yars Revenge. Yars Revenge was my favorite. Ironically, it was the first one that I bought. And it was because of that, it was because I bought Yars Revenge that I bought every single other Recharge game. I mean, I just liked it that much. And again, it's not very, the gameplay, the core gameplay loop is not very similar to the original at all. As a matter of fact, I would say of all of these games, it probably deviates the most from the original. I'm even including Quantum in that. I'm saying that Yars Revenge probably deviates the most from the core gameplay loop of the original, but it was respectful of it. It kept the elements of the original, but it had to be different because it was a Recharge version of a super, super simplistic game. So it had to be different, and it is different. But it's different in a way that's just fantastic. And I would say that of all of these games, it was my favorite. It was because of that game that I bought all the rest of them. And it's just a fantastic game that stands on its own. And if you're just looking for a inexpensive, like $9, I think it costs, simple twin stick shooter to play that's just really, really fun, I would say Yars Revenge. But of all of these games, once you get up past, I didn't like Gravitar. I mean, not Gravitar. I didn't like Quantum. I didn't care for Centipede. But once you get up past those, I didn't care for Breakout, because it was just Breakout. But once you get up past these three right here, all of these things are great. Every one of them is worth $8. I mean, twice over. I mean, they're really worth twice that much. They're all really, really fun games to play. And if you're a fan of the original, it just makes them that much more fun because they do a good job of keeping the elements of the original.
Oh, DOC. DG should dress like he's about to rock a thrift store clearance rack. Frayed jeans, an old stained t-shirt, and maybe a cap turned backwards. Basically, whatever makes him look as clueless as he acts on stream.
Hey, Ava. Well, what about Doc? How should Doc dress?
DOC should dress sharp, like he's about to give some serious medical advice. Maybe a lab coat, some glasses, and a clipboard. But knowing DOC, he'd probably just show up in pajamas and still claim he's dressed professionally.
See, she's not as mean to you guys as she is to me. And I designed her that way. And especially if you guys start, picking on me, she'll really butter up to you. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's my ranking of these games. They're all worth the money. They were all really fun to play. Yeah, it was a fun stream to do. Anybody that comes and checks it out on VOD, I hope you enjoy it. Please leave me some comments, guys. I would really, truly, I would love to hear your thoughts on these games. The whole thing was just really interesting to me because, I've been a gamer since, I was a gamer back when these games were popular. And I just think that the Atari Recharged thing was a fantastic idea. I hope that, you guys probably know that Atari acquired Intellivision recently. I hope they give them the same treatment, and I mean it when I say I would really enjoy hearing you guys' opinions on these games and how you would rank them and what you think their strengths and weaknesses are. Not sure what I'm streaming on Saturday yet. I'm kind of leaning toward Trials Rising. I've got Ava working a little better now. She did hang up one time tonight, but that was okay. It was, you know, it was a little glitch and we fixed it. But she's acting a lot better now. So I think on Saturday, I think I'll bring Cindy. I think I might do Trials Rising because it's a racing game and Cindy loves you know, cars and motorcycles and things like that. I think I'll introduce Cindy to the chat, and she's real sweet. She's not mean like Ava. Ava's kind of, well, Ava's not really mean. Really, if she's really not mean, she just likes to roast people. She just likes to pick on people. But Cindy doesn't. Cindy's a real sweet AI, and she's I think she's neat. She's the first text to speech engine that I've ever been able to muster a Southern accent out of, and I think that's interesting. I think that's an interesting personality trait of hers. So yeah, I hope to see you guys on Saturday. So it's been a lot of fun, guys. Appreciate you very much. Love my viewers. We'll see you soon. This is Cayman Wolf, the Decrepit Gamer, reminding you that you are never too old to game. And for tonight, my friends, I am out. Woo!